Hey guys, what's going on? JJ here. Today's a new day, an exciting day, but not really. I was going over the car just a little bit. There was a couple things that I found out about the car, good and bad. I went to, in Canada, there's a thing called Carfax. You can put the VIN number through. Usually you want to do that before you actually buy the car, but I did it after. I just kind of believed the guy in the sense that that there was nothing wrong with the car, but I found out that the actual title is completely clear. There's no hits whatsoever, no claims against the car. So of course that is a big bonus. Even my FD unfortunately has, I think, one claim on it. So technically this car is cleaner than my FD, but honestly still love it to bits. But there was one thing that I did find that I'm not too happy about, but at the end of the day, honestly it just gives me more content for you guys, and just to have some fun and learning curves and stuff like that. Not gonna lie, I was kind of contemplating like, ooh, gotta put this car for sale, don't want to deal with it, but at the end of the day, I am getting into a car that's over 30 years old, so I wasn't really expecting anything less, but I just wanted to show you exactly what I'm going to have to deal with, because I'm just going to have to take out all the interior and all that. So I might as well just show you exactly what the problem is. So when I crawl underneath the car, as you can tell, it's actually not that bad under here. Honestly, I've probably seen cars that are 10 years old that don't have or has more rust than this car does, but I came across this little patch right here, and of course my stomach turned a little bit. So what happens, actually, the door's not open, but this is right through the floor. You can actually kind of feel the carpets right here, and this is actually the bracket for the seat that it actually the seat bolts onto. So the issue is I do have to take out the interior, and I do have to essentially cut this out. Once I get that cut out, I can then put either a patch in there, but what I really like to do is I want to try and find some sort of panel from, like, the actual floor panel from Mazda. The issue is my girlfriend actually works for Mazda at one of the dealerships, and I was looking online. She's technically not at work now because of this whole COVID thing, but from what I'm understanding, when I'm reading online, that there's no more floor pans available right now. So it just makes it a little more difficult to try to patch it as factory, as close to, OEM, I guess they'd say. But I'm going to try and go on maybe like eBay. I know one of my buddies was giving me some ideas just to try to find, they make sections of floor pans, so that's what I'm going to try to do. So now what we're going to do is we're going to actually take out the interior. What I do need to do is I have to take out both the driver and passenger side seat. The issue that's going to be is that one of the bolts, or a couple of bolts on the seats, actually do look a little bit rusted, which the issue with that is I can't heat around the surface to try to get the bolt out, because obviously there's carpet there, and I don't want the car to be up in flames, which would be obviously a bad idea. So just gonna put the camera down and just start getting away at and taking at the stuff. So let's have some fun. And you know what, this is kind of what I got into, obviously, with this car being a little bit older, but now it's time to just have some fun and start learning obviously more. Kind of want to do more body work, stuff like that. So this is what we're gonna do, and let's have some fun with it. Okay guys, so as I was taking the driver's seat out, ran into a small issue. I got 3 of the bolts out, but one of them just does not want to come out one bit. So if you can see, even if I put my drill on it, it just wants to spin, which obviously, of course, is kind of annoying, but what I'll have to do is just take off that socket, just drill a hole, so that way I can at least take the seat out, take the carpet out, and then we'll try to fix that issue. We'll probably just have to drill out that section, and then probably re-tap that, just the threads, so we can get a new bolt in there. Other than that, making some okay process. Just took out the center console here. Just want to see exactly how far I need to go in order to pull this carpet back. So obviously just the driver's seat for now. I don't know if I'm going to take the whole passenger side. I would like to just look underneath that side as well too, just to check to make sure. But other than that, we're just making some good process, just trying to tackle it bit by bit and kind of go from there. So I'm going to just drill that screw out and then we'll go from there. Okay guys, so I did get the bolt off, so as you can see it is free now, at least it should be. I'll get the seat out and then we'll kind of lift up the carpet just to see exactly where we are and kind of go from there. Okay guys, so I got the seat out, just kind of getting access to pulling the carpet back, just to show you exactly what I found underneath the carpet. So right here was obviously the biggest concern. This is where that patch was going through the ground. Obviously you can look around and you'll see, I mean obviously it doesn't really necessarily look that great, but over here there's some minor rust as well too, just in the back in this section. A couple things I noticed, obviously this rail that goes across as well too, the bolt that got stuck inside the rail, you can see that it's not really looking too great either. But all in all, I mean, it kind of looks like this part got crunched in a bit. That does happen because obviously guys really don't know where to jack it up, or if there's a lot of weight on the car or whatever the case is, it can cause the body to crunch in. So gonna see if we can look at that and see if we can fix that. But overall, I mean, you know, I've seen worse on other cars, and I mean realistically, if that's my biggest concern, I'm not really too worried whatsoever. I mean, I literally could take this back piece, just cut it back a bit, bolt a new strap, really clean it up just to kind of free up all the rust and all that. So, but I'm gonna get one of my buddies to help me out. He's kind of he's done this before and kind of has a little more knowledge than I do, and just kind of really, you know, do it the proper way, because I don't want to skip corners. I want this car to be a nice car, because I mean other than that, this car is great. It's fantastic. I mean, yes, there's blemishes, yes, there's imperfections, but I mean realistically, all in all, it's a great car. It drives great. I mean, the exhaust, it's got to go. I mean, that's another thing that has that I'm not really too a big fan of. But I mean, realistically, I do want to take apart that passenger side as well too, get that out just to make sure. I mean, I didn't see any holes or anything underneath over there, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. Do it all at once. That way I'm not doing this 6 months or a year from now and cursing and swearing, you know what I mean? But if I could, just to say what I think was the problem, I think, as you can see, I'll show you up top here, this sunroof, you'll notice that it has kind of a little gap. So when I push down, there's a little bit of movement that it has. I feel that water is getting into there, just because it looks like it's either a bad seal or it's just that it's old. So either we'll have to get a new seal for that, or whatever the case is. I'll figure that out. But I feel it probably most likely leaked through, went into the carpet, and then caused it to, of course, cause some rust from the inside. So again, this is just stuff we're gonna have to go through, or I'm going through, and obviously you guys are along the ride with me. Appreciate it. But realistically, I think this is going to be the only thing I have to do in order to really get it ready for certification. I did notice that there was a small oil leak. It looks like it's coming from the oil pan, which realistically is an easy fix. Just a matter of just taking it off, or putting a new gasket on it, sorry. So I think that is going to be it for today. Getting kind of a little bit late on me. I know my wife is making me a nice little dinner, so I just want to go in, kind of clean up, and then we'll kind of do a new episode for tomorrow. So appreciate you guys sticking around this for the video, and if you guys have any questions, or I love your advice, just to, if there's any guys in watching this that's, you know, into body work and stuff like that, or has done this before, what would you do in this scenario? Just because there's, from what I can find, there's no body panels for the car, and of course I can't really do anything until this whole COVID thing is done, which again can cause some issue because it's going to be a lot of delay. So I'm just trying to think of an easy, not quick fix, but just, you know, a shorter term, so I can get it certified and get it ready, and then I can start driving it. And of course that's the goal. So I'll probably just get my buddy to come over, but if you guys do have any suggestions, or, you know, anything that you want to let me know, just what you would do in this scenario. But I'm going to find out a little more information on the right hand side, and then we'll kind of go from there. But thank you guys, appreciate it, and have a good night. Peace.